HOI4 wants me to take Washington DC. They call it proactive defense, but in my opinion, the only way to do this is with a proactive offense. Let's begin. And there we go, the second attempt has begun. And now it's time for us to radicalize the proletariat. That sounds a lot more interesting than it actually is, but hey, at least it gives us extra support. Anyway, we have more than enough political power, so let's hire ourselves the political fox. Extra PP gain, cheaper political advisors, what's not to like? Okay, now we must revive the Alliance of National Liberation. We could go with the Soviet path, but either one is good. I just kind of fancy this one today. Okay, looks like we're going to have to sway these guys to our cause. Fine. We need the extra units anyway. If you haven't noticed, I disbanded the army. Looks like we need 35% support. Okay, that's going to take a little while, so let's work our way down to this focus, which gives us extra steel. Considering we have a deficit of steel, yeah, that's going to be very useful. Well, hey, at least on the positive, National Radio gives us radio for free. That will save us a few hundred days. We don't have to research it. Which is especially helpful when you consider that we only have 2 research slots. Oh dear, looks like we don't have enough support, so let's invest in the railways. I know. I could just wait it out a few days, but may as well get this focus done, you know. And there we go, we can now launch the revolution. We can finally get rid of Vargas' smug face. I don't know what he's smiling about, but whatever. And here we go. It has begun. First step, war economy. Second step, justifications on Paraguay and Bolivia. Okay, now we're going to work our way down to National Technology Fund. 105 days, why not? And we have 11 divisions. Okay, here's the plan. We're just going to naval invade every city that we can. So Vitoria, Rio, Sao Paulo, and so on. There's no reason to face Vargas straight up. This is just much easier. And there we go. That leaves us with 4 divisions. That's fine, put them on the front line, that will distract the AI. Right, let's go, make this quick. And before I forget, of course, put the Navy on strike force. Vargas shouldn't use his, so we'll be fine. There we go. Since the other Brazil has so few units, they don't defend their ports, which is perfect. Grab more victory points though while you're in the area. Might be useful. And done. Perfect. I've heard some people have actually struggled with the Civil War, but turns out all you need to do is a good few naval invasions. Anyway, let's standardize this army. We're going to change them over to this template. I've made it a 21 width. Good enough, it should do the trick. I want a full army of them. Max priority, deploy when ready. I barely even noticed, but what are you doing here, Generico? You would have thought Paradox would have actually given this guy a unique portrait, especially when you consider he leads our uprising. But no, just Generico. I hope you actually heard that over all of the events that happened. And there we go, finally a 3rd research slot. So, we now have a big decision to make. We can either prevent a personality cult or have another coup. And I feel like another coup today. I don't know, I just don't really fancy being led by a council. But you do you if you want to do that. I don't judge. And there we have it. El Generico is gone, and our general is now our leader. Nice traits, I suppose. Although losing 10% stability is kind of annoying. Whatever, let's do the People's University of Brazil. Another research slot. But while we're on the subject of El Generico, let's hire him again. He has nice traits. Especially his daily compliance. Seriously, daily compliance plus 005 is ridiculously strong. But this is Paradox we're talking about, so whatever. It just be that way sometimes. What should we do now? Oh, of course, nationalise our industry. But god, that's nice to see. We've gone from 2 research slots to 4. Nice. Happy New Year, Paraguay. We've got you a gift. Can you tell what it is yet? Yep, it's war. Breaking this shouldn't be too hard, but it is kind of annoying sometimes, I'll say that much. To ensure victory, I even built a supply hub down here. Although, as you can see, still orange. Oh well, as long as we win, I don't really care. Right, let's just go all in. If we can get the capital, that would be great. Then we can link up their supply hub. Perfect. Come on, broken. Thank you. Now link up already. Now we just need to take this last city and then we should be okay. God, that's nice to say, I can tell you. And there we go. Thank you very much. I'll tell you one thing. My practice games on taking Paraguay were very inconsistent. Sometimes I didn't have to build a supply hub, and sometimes it was just an utter pain. But hey, victory is victory. Now let's get on Bolivia's border. And now that Germany has taken Austria, let's justify on Chile. 310 days, okay. And now we must collectivise our transport. Okay, I guess we better get going. The main problem with Bolivia is not actually their divisions, they have no more than 10. The actual problem is this, they have division defense plus 30%, which I've said before is ridiculous and should be nerfed immediately. Seriously, who thought this was balanced? It's not balanced in any way. But whatever, gotta do what you gotta do. As long as we can get to La Paz, we'll be okay. Although breaking through to La Paz might be a different problem. There we go, we've pushed that unit out of the way. We better take advantage of this now. Good, the road is now empty. Just as we collectivise our transport as well. There we go, we managed to deal with Bolivia's nonsense fairly well. There we go, 2 states down. Next up, Chile, although that won't be until very late in the year. Kind of annoying, but whatever. I know I could just wait until we get the war goals later down in the focus tree, but this is so much easier. And the other benefit, of course, now that we have some extra land, we get all the extra factories as well. This is why having a compliance guide is just so useful. Get access to those factories much sooner. Anyway, you're a trade unionist. We could go with Stalin, but we're obviously going to go with the Latin American option. Mostly because it allows us to create a faction. Right, here's the plan. These 10 divisions will naval invade Chile. These 24 will push. Let's go. Let's push on this unit right now, because it's only 1. I also have Chile's cipher ready, so let's go. If we can cut this off, that would be great. Looks like Chile managed to put their navy out, but 5 units did leave, so that's better than nothing. And there we go, we managed to grab that bit of the south for free, so I guess we'll just push up from there. And if we can grab that port, that would be even better. Anyway, the breakout has begun. Encircle them, perfect. And managed to cut off that unit too. Come on, take the port, take the port. Perfect. Now we have 2 fronts. It just keeps getting worse for Chile, doesn't it? Santiago wasn't even defended. Still not done? Maybe just that one? Oh, there we go. Perfect. And thank you very much. Right, next stage of the plan. Uruguay. Everyone, get over there quickly. And now, time for the big event. Establishing the ULASR. Just managed to get that. Alright, Uruguay, I think you get the hint at this point. Just make this nice and easy for us and we won't have any complaints. Maybe you should actually defend your capital instead of handing it over to us? Whatever. It is appreciated, thank you very much. And done. Right, time for the next stage of the plan. Argentina. On a front line, something like that. And let's get ready. Right, is everyone in position? I do believe so. Let's go. Nice, we can literally just walk over the river because Argentina's not here. They have to cover all of our new fronts. Which is the whole reason we did this in the first place. I'm not kidding. That is literally the whole reason. The more we manage to spread out, the more Argentina has to cover. And there we are. We are now the Union of Latin American Socialist Republics. All this means is cores. But hey, cores are nice. They even left Buenos Aires open. Which is very nice. I had an absolute pain in the arse trying to get naval supremacy over them in my practice games. But this works just as well. And it looks like it's time for another encirclement. Nice. How much to go? Not much. Funnily enough, because a lot of this is our cause, we're actually considered capitulated. That's funny. Just take those cities and finish up. Thank you very much. Finally, no shenanigans. We have got it. Now look at those borders. Nice and clean. I would go for some other countries in Latin America, but there's actually no reason to, for the moment anyway. Just need to build up and wait for the next stage of the plan. The focus is at this point, there's nothing too important that stands out, but I may as well just upgrade the army. And there goes Germany around the Benelux. So let's do the traditional justification on France. Not just French Guiana though, but the Caribbean as well, because I can. Justification is ready, but I'm not. I want Germany to take down France before we get involved. Luckily, that shouldn't be too far away. Although, if I can get through some of these events... And there we go. Right, let's scroll over and begin. Right, give me that military access. Now, some of you might be wondering, wait, Bubbles, your army is in Latin America. It's gonna get convoy raided. And normally you would be right, but it's actually over here in the Soviet Union. Getting military access from them is even more easy than the Axis. And I'm sure some of you are also thinking I should be concerned about the Guianas, but nah, I'm not. The Allies won't be able to capitulate me before I capitulate them. So, time for the standard invasion of the United Kingdom. You know the one, Newcastle Hull, blah 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 blah, cut them in half, capitulate them, yeah. Literally, we've done this so many times, I could literally just copy over from an older video and nothing would have changed. Right, everyone is here. Let's do this. Strike force, and what do you know, we get supremacy immediately. This is why taking the navies of all of Latin America's countries was so useful. Don't have to wait, it's just go time. Right, the UK is clearly on their way out, but there's still some more we can gain from this. We have so many war goals, I think we should use them. So, Peru, Ecuador, Colombia, Venezuela, Panama, I made a justification for that one, Haiti, and Cuba. And now watch as they all just quickly join the Allies. Nice. 22% and the UK has capitulated. But, because all of these countries that we've declared on are our cause, look at this. We can take them all on the cheap. Peru 73, Panama 4, Ecuador 40, Colombia 71. But there is one more thing we should also take. All of Canada. I know that's very left field, but it's true. We must take Canada. And don't forget Belize as well, they're also our core, inexplicably. But there we go, let's see what mess we've made today. We took 93 states, Norway took 10, Germany 89, and Italy 27. But most importantly for us, we got Canada and all of our cores. But there's still one thing left to do. FDR still stands independent, and I cannot stand for that. 160 days. Very well. Let's prepare. We're going to need a load more armies and a load more infrastructure in Canada. The last thing I want is to attrition. Alright, America. You've stood in my way for far too long. We are ready to go. Let's do it. Breaking out will probably be the hardest bit, but once we do, we'll go. Oh yeah, I also know that America can push down from us from Panama, but similarly to the Allies, I don't think they'll be able to capitulate us in time. And if they do, that'll be really funny. Nice. I wasn't even micro in that, and we managed to get, I think, 10 divisions encircled down there. Aw, a unit tried to return to Boston, but we captured it. Oh dear. And in just the first month of fighting, damn, we've both taken a lot of casualties, but America's taken more. Come on. Almost there, and got it. With that, Washington has fallen. And we've actually gotten the achievement. But are we done? Of course not. There's still quite a bit of way to go. Let's do it. Basically, it's the great race all the way to Los Angeles, as usual. Nice, these guys actually managed to get a breakout. And we're at the Pacific. Nice, even managed to cut off some units there. Nice try, nice try. Oh dear, looks like LA's a bit defended, but they just left it. The most legendary incident in American history. The fall of LA was by complete accident. And we've completely cut it off. I'm actually a bit capitulated, but, you know, I just have a suspicion that America might capitulate first. I wonder if it will be the fall of Atlanta. No. Fall of Birmingham? No. Because they actually capitulated first. Very nice. And I will happily take everything that you have. And the Union of Latin American Socialist Republics reigns supreme over the United States. I could continue on to make this contiguous, but I'm good. I'm good. And in any case, El Salvador is in the Axis, so yeah, probably not going to happen. I don't really fancy fighting them today. So we actually managed to get quite a few achievements. We managed to unite Latin America, of course, got proactive defense, and we also got the Merry Band. Probably the least special achievement here, but hey, at least we got it. Seriously, the main problem was just making sure I had a goddamn supply hub near Paraguay. God, that's HOI4 for ya, but what can you do? Not much more to say. So, until next time everybody, I thank you for watching, I do hope you've enjoyed it, and until we meet again, from me, Bubble Zest, goodbye.